What if I told you that one habit you've probably been praised for your entire adult life, a habit labeled healthy, disciplined, even smart, could quietly be damaging your brain after the age of 60? I know that sounds too simple. And you're probably thinking, I've heard this before, doctor. Another warning, another scare, another thing I'm supposed to stop doing. And I understand that skepticism deeply because the people I see every single day in my clinic feel exactly the same way. They've tried supplements that promised sharper memory. They've followed diets that were supposed to protect their brains. They've read articles, watched videos, cut out sugar, added fish oil, walked every morning, tracked their numbers, and yet something still feels off. Names slip away. Focus isn't what it used to be. Words get stuck on the tip of the tongue. There's a quiet mental fatigue that settles in by mid-afternoon. My name is Dr. Elena Morris, and I've been treating men and women in their 60s and 70s for over 22 years. And in that time, I've seen something very consistent. When this one healthy habit is adjusted, not eliminated, just corrected, many of my patients experience up to a 30 to 40% improvement in mental clarity, attention, and short-term memory within weeks. Not months, weeks. These are not careless people. These are retirees who walk daily, who take their medications on time, who read labels, who worry constantly about doing the right thing. They are exhausted from vigilance, frustrated from doing everything right, and still feeling like their brain is slowly betraying them. Many of them have spent thousands of dollars trying to protect their mind, only to feel quietly disappointed. If that sounds like you, I want you to stay with me. Before we go any further, I'd love for you to tell me where you're watching from. Just type your country or city in the comments. I read those, and it helps me understand who I'm speaking to. And let me be very clear right now. This conversation is not about replacing your medications. It's not about stopping anything your doctor has prescribed. This is about safely supporting your brain alongside proper medical care. Now let's talk about what's actually happening inside the aging brain. After the age of 60, several physiological changes occur, quietly, gradually, and they directly affect how your brain functions. First, cerebral blood flow naturally decreases. The brain doesn't receive oxygen and nutrients as efficiently as it once did. Second, the brain's glucose regulation becomes less stable. Even small fluctuations can impair focus and memory. Third, hydration dynamics change. Older adults lose the sensation of thirst, yet the brain becomes more sensitive to even mild dehydration. And here's what most people, including many healthcare providers, completely miss. Timing matters more than quantity, not just what you do, but when you do it. Even mild, repeated stressors, tiny drops in blood pressure, subtle dehydration windows, brief glucose dips, don't feel dramatic in the moment. But over months and years, they create measurable cognitive strain. The brain begins operating in a low-grade deficit state, not enough to cause immediate alarm, but enough to erode clarity. Let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret is 68 years old. She came into my office visibly upset. She said, "Dr. Morris, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I take my medication, I walk every day, I eat clean, I track everything." Her husband had started noticing changes. "You seem foggy in the mornings," he told her. "You forget conversations we just had." Margaret was doing everything right. Low-salt diet, intermittent fasting, morning walks, black coffee only until noon. So I asked her one simple question. Walk me through the first 2 hours of your day. That's when the picture became clear. She woke up, drank coffee, took her blood pressure medication, went for a brisk walk, and didn't hydrate or eat until late morning. That was the hidden issue. Her brain was spending its most vulnerable hours underfueled and underhydrated, precisely when blood flow was already lower due to medication timing. The aha moment was quiet. She just looked at me and said, "No one ever asked me that before." We made simple, strategic changes, not dramatic ones. We adjusted timing. We added 300 milliliters of room temperature water within 15 minutes of waking. We shifted her walk by 30 minutes. We added a small protein intake, just 10 grams, before caffeine. 2 weeks later, she called my office. Her voice sounded different, lighter. After 1 month, her cognitive testing scores improved by 34%. Her husband said, "She's back." She told me, "I honestly thought you were a little crazy, doctor, but it worked." Before I teach you the method, let me explain the 3 most common mistakes I see every single week. The first mistake is stacking stressors. People think healthy habits are harmless on their own, fasting, walking, caffeine, but combined at the wrong time, they overload the brain. It's like starting your car on a freezing morning with no oil pressure. The second mistake is mistimed hydration. Drinking later in the day doesn't fix a dry brain in the morning. It's like watering a plant after the soil has already cracked. The third mistake is ignoring medication-habit interactions. This isn't about stopping medication, it's about respecting its timing and physiological effects. Now let me teach you the method I use with my patients. I call it the CALM method. C stands for circulation support. A stands for adequate early hydration. L stands for light fuel timing. M stands for morning stress reduction. Phase 1 happens within 20 minutes of waking. You drink 300-400 milliliters of room temperature water, not cold. Cold constricts blood vessels. Phase 2 happens before caffeine or exercise. You add light fuel, protein or healthy fat to stabilize glucose. Phase 3 happens after movement. Caffeine comes last, not first. This sequence improves cerebral blood flow, stabilizes glucose, and reduces cortisol spikes. The brain operates in a supported state instead of a defensive one. Robert, 72, started with just the hydration phase. 3 weeks later, he said, "I feel genuinely different." His labs improved. His doctor adjusted his medication dosage. Implementation is simple. Keep water by your bed. Set a reminder. Week 1, you'll notice energy shifts. Week 2, clarity. Weeks 3 to 4, consistency. Long-term, resilience. Let me be absolutely clear about something critical. This is not a replacement for medical care. Do not stop medications. If you have kidney disease, heart failure, or are on fluid restrictions, consult your physician first. I'll leave you with Helen's story. 20 years of fog, fear, feeling like she was fading. She followed the CALM method fully. She cried in my office and said, "I wish someone had told me this years ago." I want to challenge you personally. Try this for 14 days. Track how you feel. Comment your progress. If you made it to the end, type "calm brain" in the comments. Small strategic changes, done consistently, create genuinely measurable results over time. This is Dr. Elena Morris, and I'll see you in the next video.